Henry Mertens writes, in your opinion, what are some movies that would have worked much better as TV shows? 30 Days of Night comes to my mind.
Honestly, I go into this all the time. First of all, this is AMC Movie Talk. I don't like talking about TV shows in general, per se. But it brings up the highlight again. There is such a massive difference between movies and television. Like, such a huge, huge difference. I will always contend that making a good film is far more difficult than making a good television show. Not to undermine how insanely hard it is to make a good television show. But in a television show, you got all the time in the world. You can tell your story at your pace. You can bring in this key character in episode 21 if you want. You got all that time to craft, and there's its own unique set of challenges that come along with doing that too. As somebody who directed TV, you know this. In a film, you've got to introduce the characters, introduce the dilemma, bring on the conflict resolution, and tie everything up. And you got 2 hours to do it. You don't have 22 episodes or 12 episodes over 4 seasons or whatever to do it. They take two very different sets of skills to do. So honestly, when you ask what movie could have worked better as a TV show, when I think in terms of a movie that I've seen, it's like, wait a minute, this movie, and now drag that out over 36 hours over 2 years. It doesn't compute with me in the same way taking a TV show and wait a minute, try to take the Breaking Bad story and cram that into 2 hours. Right. They're just such different beasts. I don't think you can honestly make any real comparisons. We can talk conceptually, yeah. Sure. In concept, could The Punisher be a good TV series? Sure. In concept, could Breaking Bad be a good movie? Sure. But dealing with what we have, it's really difficult to make that jump. Schnepp, as somebody who's directed film and television, stuff like that, how do you see it?
Well, the point that he's making, I don't know if he's saying if instead of a movie, would it be a TV show? But I'd say Daredevil's a great example. We saw a movie version of it, and they tried to cram so much into it that, it was a little uneven. It didn't work, even with, all things aside.
I like Daredevil.
I did too. I like the director's cut. You should watch it. But I'd say I'm very much looking forward to the television series of Daredevil because I'd like to see Matt Murdock, do his lawyer bit, and I'd like to see some of those stories that I've read in the comics, and even if they're translated and changed for television, I just think that's kind of a cool procedural show. It works. Superhero by night, lawyer by day. It's kind of perfect for a hour-long show. You're right, though. Movies are a lot more difficult because you got to cram all that in, introducing all the characters, and not even superhero movies, just movies in general. Yeah. You got to get the story across. Who are these characters? Why do we care about them? What's the angle? What's going on? And wrap it up in some kind of way in 2 hours. 2 hours isn't a lot of time. I've stared at a wall for longer than that. You know what I mean? It's like you got to get busy quickly and get people engaged. So. Yeah, I think The Thing would be an interesting television series, but you'd have to jump off from Antarctica. We were talking about The Thing earlier, and I was like, wow, that came into my mind. That'd be great trying to isolate this creature from taking over the rest of the world. It would be literally like a 24, like a kind of show like that. Yeah. Could be exciting. So
I think they both have their own challenges. I mean, TV, you have to get them to care about the slow but steady burn and development of the characters, which is much more contained in a 2-hour film. But I mean, both present a different challenge, I think, and I don't know, it's an art form, but if you have the right people in place, either can be an amazing concept. I mean, it all comes down. I don't share your sentiments around Daredevil. I will admit the director's cut was stronger, but I still thought that it was really missing a lot of things I wanted. But I actually did like 30 Days of Night. I thought that was actually pretty good, and I thought Josh Hartnett was pretty solid in it. So I don't know. I think anything, if done right, can be turned in either form, but admittedly, I watch films more than I should, and I don't watch a lot of TV. So I'm a little biased. I like the film-going experience a little more, but Breaking Bad, Games of Thrones, there are some shows that it's all about the development and that slow burn and caring about these characters like Walter White that are very crazy dimensional and, just fascinating. So yeah, it's a different beast.
All right, what's next?
Ryan West writes, any news regarding Final Destination 6?
I honestly, I think I heard they weren't doing it. They might be shooting it right now. They might be shooting it right now for all I know. But I thought I heard they hadn't gotten that off the ground yet. I gotta admit, I got a little bit of a kick out of the last Final
It was
Destination.
fun.
It was kind of fun. I thought it was the best of the franchise.
Wasn't the last one with the girl on the trapeze, like,
Yes.
or the trampoline, or what's that? The bar.
The beam, the bar.
With the
and then,
nail.
oh.
Woo! Yeah, there's some really good, you know, final moments for
And
those
the
characters.
credits, the opening credits,
Yes,
were
fantastic.
amazing.
I
actually
kind of
think
felt
they're
like
fun.
it was this last. It took them 5 films, but I kind of felt like this last one was the one when it really figured out its own identity.
Yes.
And then started to really capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be a shame if that now ends up being the final one of the
Yeah.
franchise.
But it didn't. It made money. I'm sure they're
I know,
going to make
it
it.
made
It
money.
did make some
Yeah.
money.
They're going to make it. I think you're right.
Yeah.
They could be shooting it. It could be already.
think
It's coming
you
out in
did it.
October.
in the can for all I
Yeah.
know. I honestly, I haven't kept up with it
But they're
very
finally
much.
self-aware. They're not like, let's make this amazing movie. They're like, let's just kill people in really inventive, crazy
Yeah.
ways and have fun with it. And like, I think that's true.
All right,
But we
let's
missed Devin
let's
Sawa.
take one last one quick.
All right, Rashad H. writes, what do you think is the most underrated animated Disney film minus Hercules?
Minus Hercules? Well, I don't know that it would have been Hercules. Well, Hercules was actually pretty good. I don't know that of a lot of Disney films that are underrated.
They're pretty
I'll
rated
chuck
highly.
one in there. The Black Cauldron.
Okay.
That
yeah.
deserves a revisit, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, all the ones I think about are all pretty well regarded, so I
Yeah.
can't say they're underrated. Man, yeah, I'm gonna be stumped on that one.
Yeah.
Bambi.
Bambi, bam.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.